Singapore, the city that works like a dream. But at what cost? Singapore, the city where the future is already a reality. A place of glittering skyscrapers, spotless streets, and a level of efficiency that feels almost unreal. But behind the perfect image lies a complex story, one of sky-high costs, tropical extremes, and an environment that's more curated than wild. In this video, we're diving deep into the real Singapore, not just as a tourist destination, but as a place to live, work, and experience every day. From jaw-dropping infrastructure and world-class security to affordability struggles and environmental limits, this is everything you need to know before stepping into one of the world's most organized cities. Whether you're an expat, traveler, or just curious about life in the Lion City, stay with us. You might be surprised by what you discover. A super city built for efficiency. Singapore is often called a futuristic utopia, and not without reason. It scores a perfect 10 out of 10 when it comes to infrastructure and daily life. Everything here seems like it runs on invisible rails. The MRT system is swift, punctual, and covers nearly every corner of the island. Buses are clean, affordable, and air-conditioned. Roads are smooth, traffic is disciplined, and even the traffic lights seem to cooperate. But infrastructure here isn't just about transport. Singapore boasts world-class internet connectivity, smart traffic management systems, a robust healthcare sector, and perfectly maintained public spaces. For expats and digital nomads, it feels like a tech-savvy playground, fast, functional, and frictionless. The price of perfection. Affordability in Singapore. While Singapore excels in infrastructure, it struggles with affordability. With a cost of living score of just 2.2 out of 10, Singapore is one of the most expensive cities in the world. Renting even a modest one-bedroom apartment can drain your wallet fast, especially in central areas like Orchard, Marina Bay, or Holland Village. Grocery prices are high. Dining out regularly at mid-range restaurants will quickly add up. And for expats, the sticker shock can be intense. Basic services, from childcare to domestic help, often cost more here than in other Asian countries. Even owning a car is considered a luxury due to the government's Certificate of Entitlement system, which can make purchasing a vehicle more expensive than the car itself. Safety that feels almost unreal. Singapore is one of the safest cities on the planet, with a perfect 10.0/10 score for security and political stability. The country is often held up as a gold standard in public safety. Walk around at 2 a.m. and you'll see teenagers, families, and even solo travelers feeling totally at ease. Petty crime is rare. Violent crime is almost non-existent. The city operates on strict laws and firm penalties, which may seem intense to some, but they undeniably contribute to the city's safe atmosphere. This strong foundation of law, order, and political predictability also makes Singapore a hub for international business. Global companies set up headquarters here not just for the low taxes, but because it's a place where operations won't be interrupted by strikes, unrest, or uncertainty. The climate, predictably unpredictable. Now let's talk about the climate. With a score of 3.4 out of 10, Singapore's tropical weather is both a blessing and a challenge. The island experiences consistent temperatures year-round, typically between 25 to 31 degrees Celsius, 77 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit, which means you can leave your winter wardrobe behind forever. But while the warm climate appeals to sun seekers, it also comes with drawbacks. High humidity levels can be oppressive, especially during monsoon seasons. Rain can arrive suddenly, often in heavy downpours, which might leave you drenched even with an umbrella. And with rising global temperatures, heat and flood risks are becoming more frequent, despite Singapore's strong urban planning and drainage systems. The environment, clean, but not wild. Singapore is often praised for its cleanliness, but when it comes to natural landscapes, the country scores just 2.3 out of 10. Why? Because despite its efforts in sustainability and green urban spaces, landscape diversity and access to untouched nature are limited. This is a highly urbanized city-state with limited land. You won't find vast mountains, endless deserts, or sprawling forests here. Instead, Singapore offers carefully curated parks like Gardens by the Bay, East Coast Park, and the famous Singapore Botanic Gardens, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. To be fair, the city has done an impressive job with green integration. Rooftop gardens, vertical forests, and urban biodiversity projects have helped make Singapore one of the greenest cities in Asia, in terms of visuals and innovation. But for those who crave wild nature or dramatic landscapes, the island can feel a bit artificial. A cultural melting pot with a global soul. What Singapore lacks in raw nature, it makes up for with diverse cultural experiences. This tiny island packs a huge punch when it comes to food, festivals, and multiculturalism. Here, you'll find neighborhoods like Little India, Chinatown, and Kampong Glam, each offering unique slices of culture, cuisine, and history. The mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Western influences makes Singapore a living laboratory of global coexistence. Food lovers will find heaven in the hawker centers, affordable food courts with Michelin-star meals sold at street food prices. Think Hainanese chicken rice, laksa, satay, and chili crab, flavors that reflect the city's rich heritage. On the other hand, this multicultural balance is also tightly managed. Free expression is encouraged, but within defined boundaries. Politics remain largely dominated by a single party, and the media is regulated. For expats used to more open systems, this can take some getting used to. A work-life balance built around hustle. Singapore is not a place to relax. It's a place to thrive through excellence. The work culture here is fast-paced, competitive, and achievement-oriented. Expats working in finance, tech, medicine, or law will often find themselves clocking long hours with high expectations and intense pressure to perform. But with that hustle comes incredible opportunity. Singapore offers zero corruption, strong legal protections, and a stable financial system. Education is world-class, healthcare is efficient, and public services are streamlined. And when it's time to unwind, the city doesn't disappoint. From rooftop bars and luxury spas to island getaways like Sentosa, or even weekend trips to Bali and Thailand, you're never far from escape. Family-friendly, with a price tag. Singapore is often ranked among the best cities for families, especially expat families. It offers excellent international schools, pediatric care, safe neighborhoods, and endless child-friendly activities. The parks are pristine. Museums and libraries are interactive. Even public toilets often include child-sized facilities. However, raising a family in Singapore comes at a steep price. International school fees can be astronomical, often costing more than university tuition back home. Healthcare for non-residents can also be expensive without insurance, and the pressure to keep up with the city's polished lifestyle can sometimes feel overwhelming. Green dreams and smart city goals. Despite its small size and dense population, Singapore is a leader in sustainability. It's aiming to become the world's first smart nation, integrating AI, data, and green tech into every layer of society. Public housing is being redesigned to reduce energy use. Water is recycled on a national scale. The city plans to have 80% of its buildings Green Mark certified by 2030. Even the airport, Changi, is a symbol of innovation, now including a massive indoor waterfall and rainforest. Singapore is not just keeping up with the future, it's inventing it. Is Singapore worth it? So what does it all mean for someone thinking of moving to or living in Singapore? On one hand, Singapore is the blueprint for efficient, secure, and advanced urban living. It's one of the few places where the trains are always on time, the streets are safe, and the government actually delivers on its promises. We calculate the final score using a weighted system. Safety carries the most weight, followed by environment and infrastructure, then climate and cost of living. You'll find a full explanation of the weighting and final score calculation in the description below. So here's Singapore's overall expat meter score, 6.3 out of 10. On the other hand, life in Singapore comes with trade-offs. The climate can be intense. Nature feels manufactured. The cost of living will test your financial discipline. And the pressure to succeed is very real. But for those who can afford it, adapt to it, and thrive within its structured systems, Singapore offers a life like no other. Love exploring cities that defy expectations? Want more deep dives into the world's most unique destinations? And hit that like button if Singapore surprised you. Drop a comment below. Would you live in Singapore if given the chance? Or is it just a place you'd rather admire from afar?